Hey guys, so I thought I would do a follow-up video because I've had quite a few comments asking me questions and people in my inboxes. The videos have been in over a course of the last month. He did get charges, but they're not for the videos that you are watching. There was a bad incident back in November 18th or 19th, I think it was. And he did get charged. There was a no contact order put in place. Dummy me. I picked him up from his bail, even though there's no contact. And, him and his I'll change and I love you and blah, blah. But not even an hour after picking him up, I shouldn't have picked him up. First of all, I shouldn't even picked him up. He got out released from prison in July. He was in prison for 2 years. Not for something that has to do with me, but something that had to do with his ex. Typical narcissist, manipulating, abusing man is, she's crazy, she's lying, she just got me in trouble. I believed it. A few of his exes had tried to warn me, but me, dummy in love, believing his fairy tale that, he puts over females' eyes. I believed him and fell in love with him. Unfortunately, I fell in love with him deeper than any relationship I've been in. I actually was a really bad person. I was married when I met Brandon, and I cheated on my husband with Brandon, and I left my husband for Brandon because I was bored in my relationship, which was the stupidest thing because it was just stupid. My marriage had flaws, but it was stupid. I say Brandon's my karma for what I did to my ex-husband. The cheating wise, anyway. I didn't beat on my husband. But like the cheating aspect of it all. But Brandon got released in July, and the same day that I had picked him up was the same day abuse had started. And I just left to go because he just kept blaming me. A year after he was in prison, I had left him. And a little bit later, I started talking to a guy. I was not dating him. I was having a sexual relationship with him, but I had cut that off, and then I went back to Brandon, and it was a nightmare. But his thing he would say was, I'm being punished for what I did to him while he was in prison. But the reason I left him while he was in prison was because he was talking to multiple women. There was proof of the contact with multiple women. So I had left him. Plus, when he was in jail, the phone calls, I have a lot of recordings of those too. And the letters, the names that he called me. I was dumb for picking him up the day that he got released from jail. But then when I had him arrested, I was dumb for picking him back up again. Because not even an hour later, we were at Walmart, and he acted like he was doing something and went like this and shoved me so hard I flew in to my car door and it hit the corner. Which, if you looked at my pictures, that's where one of my black eyes came from. I don't know if you could see that. My glasses are glued together. Yeah, ghetto. I know, but maybe now that I'm not in that relationship, I will start bringing in some more income. I was very limited with the amount of abuse I was going through. I'll get myself new glasses. But they're glued together and they work great. But anyway, it wasn't an hour later of him getting released on bail that the abuse started back up. The videos that y'all have seen have been, that's just a little teeny piece of what was going on. It was physical abuse, but most of what I was going through was emotional abuse. Every single day I was reminded how my teeth are like a really big thing he comes at me for because they're crooked. That's his biggest thing. When he was in prison, he made fun of me a lot for my body. So while he was in prison, I went and got plastic surgery done. I got a boob lift, liposuction, and tummy tuck. He had told me that, and while he was in jail, he's like, oh, you should get your butt done down, blah, 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 blah. I really like a big ass, blah, blah, blah. Well, I went for another plastic surgery. I got another liposuction and BBL. I love all my surgeries. I'm glad that I did them. but he still makes fun of me. He says I need more liposuction. He says I need to get another round of a BBL because my butt is flat. Every day he makes fun of my teeth, which actually I had a consult today, and I make my deposit next week, and I am going to Miami, and I'm getting full mouth of veneers, porcelain veneers. And I know some of you are going to be like, no, don't do it. I have to do it. I need to do it for me. My teeth have been something that have bothered me, and now hold on. Okay, so for the amount of timing that he has made, like in his timing that he's made fun of me for my teeth, it bothers me. Every picture that I see where my teeth are showing a little bit, I make sure that I delete it. If there's a video where my teeth are showing, I delete them. I've actually considered going for another round of liposuction, but I'm back to taking like these videos and pictures of myself, and I'm like, you know what? No, I don't need more liposuction. I'm good. I'm not going to do that. Because even after my last surgery, my dad called me when I was down there, and he's like, promise me you're not going to do no more surgeries. So I can't break that promise. But I am getting veneers. I get them done very soon, and I cannot wait. But I was made fun of every day for my weight, made fun of for my teeth. I get made fun of for the way I walk, made fun of how I talk. He's always saying hut. He says I have broad shoulders. He calls me a football player. I don't know. I've even asked people, I'm like, can you measure your shoulders for me, please? Because I want to measure mine. And I want to know if my width is like normal or not. But everyone thinks I'm stupid and they're not measuring for themselves for me. So if anyone wants to send me their measurements, I would love to see what the fuck he's talking about. He makes fun of me for my parenting. I'm a biological mother to 3 little girls, and I have 2 boys that I've taken in and I love as my own kids. And when he came home, he stopped me having contact with the oldest one. It's very odd and uncomfortable, because, I mean, he's still here and around. It's just I'm not allowed to talk to him. He thinks I was having sexual relationships with him. He's a child who I look at as my own child. And then I have a 12-year-old, 13, he's 13 now, little boy who I look at 1,000,000%, like, I look at him like he's my kid. And he acts so weird about him. He calls him Rico, he calls him Suave, he calls him a little faggot. As soon as I talk to him, he sits there and does his teeth thing to me, because he's making fun of my teeth, and then starts talking shit if we're in public and he's having a bad mood. He says I have sex with people, or I give head to people for money. I don't know why he's always saying these nasty things, but then he also will tell people are looking at us, he's like, she's a pedophile, she sleeps with her 12-year-old son, and I'm like, there's been so many times I'm in public where I just cry because I'm so embarrassed by the things that he says. I'm not allowed to talk to my children unless he's listening to the phone call. If they're in the room talking to me, he gets mad if they're in there for too long. I'm not allowed to go to the bathroom unless he walks in there with me. I'm not allowed to pick up my phone and touch it. I can't post anything unless it has to do with about him. It's just a lot. He talks shit about my hair, which my hair has really fallen off since he's been home. And I've been researching, and it says, like, you know, your happiness and all that and what I'm going through can affect everything about you, including your hair. So I'm blaming my hair on him. I don't know if it has to do with him. Maybe I'm just lacking something, I don't know. But he really had me hating myself again after I was just so happy loving myself after my second surgery. But I did leave him, guys. I left him. He got charges. He goes in January for those charges. But all the videos that you have seen has been since those charges. I have spoken to an officer. I'm not going to go into too much details because I don't want him hearing or seeing, because I know people are watching. But just know that everything with the videos is being handled. Um, and once some other stuff is done, I will give more of an update. But just know I'm safe to an extent. I haven't, last night I didn't go to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning. I stayed up on my phone with some girlfriend of mine, talking to her. I was tired, but I stayed up because I'm kind of afraid. He has threatened me that he would destroy my things. There's a threat that he's given a few times where he said that he will overdose me. And that scares me because of some things that I know that he's done. But I think it's about 3 weeks ago, I do DoorDash part-time. And I was out driving. He's on Suboxone. He takes Suboxone pills. And I don't know why, but my gut is telling me he gave me one. I could be wrong. But he's on it, always insisting on opening my drink for me and shaking it and stuff. But the other week, I just was driving and I came down with something. I don't know what it was. And it was gone by the time I woke up in the morning. I was so sick. I kept pulling over because I felt like I was going to throw up. I just felt like I was like coming in and out of something. Like, I don't take pain pills because they make me very sick. After I had my kids, I had C-sections. So, they would give you them pain pills. I couldn't take them. I would get sick. I learned it after my first child and my second child. I had just stopped doing it. But after my plastic surgeries, I had refused the pain pills because of what they do to me. That's about how I felt that night. But I felt 10 times worse. And I was like, I don't think I can drive home. I don't know how I made it home. I was so scared. I stopped my door dashing and I came home and I just kept telling him, I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm going to die. And he's like, here, and handing me my tea. It's my apple juice. But he's like, here, drink some more of this. It will help you feel better. You're probably just thirsty. And I'm just like, fuck no. And I threw it out the window because I just got a feeling like you did something to my drink. But I'm safe. I do worry about him popping up. Part of the reason why he was in prison was because the girl that he was just cheating on me with, he had broke into her house and he got quite a few different charges. He had told me it was all lies and I believed him like a dummy, but she's a PFA on him, and that I should have took that as a red flag. If a female has a PFA on you, you could get away from me, because obviously there's a problem. And females are not lying as you're a liar. I know I'm just rambling on because I'm talking about being safe and saying I'm safe, but I really don't know that I'm safe because of all the threats that he's given me. And I don't know. I just hope and pray that I'm safe. I keep watching my surroundings when I'm driving. If a car is behind me for too long, I start turning down other streets. Sorry, my hand's trembling. My hands are trembling. I feel like a pussy. I don't know what he's done to me. I've always been a tough girl. But I feel like he's made me weak. And I'm doing everything that I can to not let him control my mind and feelings and happiness, and to not be afraid now that he's gone. But yeah, it's being handled. I'm not with him. I am not taking him back. I'm not taking him back. I am not. I've never said that. I've never been like, no, I'm not taking him back. Well, okay, I'm lying. I'm like, no, I'm not going and getting him, is what I would say. But I'm letting you know, I'm not taking him back. I am not going back to him because I am finally to my limit and I am done. You've abused me mentally, physically, and emotionally. You have hurt me physically. You have cheated on me. You have lied to me. I'm done with him. There's no going back. And now I'm trying to heal myself. And I'm trying to keep moving forward. Today I was thinking, I did my veneers consult. So excited about that. As soon as I pay it off, I'll be getting them done. So I'm going to be making payments on it. I'm so excited to get a really good deal on them. I plan to get back to tanning. Tanning makes me happy. You know, go to the gym, start walking. Walking makes me happy. It's a therapy for me. So I love going to Miami because I walk. I walk 5 miles there and back. That's what we just did last year when we went. I just love walking. But then I was thinking about taking a trip to Vegas and taking a cruise in the next couple months. And those are going to be my treat to myself for getting away, for escaping. I'm upset with myself for staying for so long, but I'm proud of myself for getting away before it got too bad. Because if you notice in the one video, he did keep telling me, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. He's been saying that a lot lately. So I'm glad I got away before it was too late. Now, just so I can heal and feel better about myself and love myself again. But yep, just so I would update everybody, because I do keep getting messages and that, and ask me if I'm okay, and tell me I need to leave him, and to leave him. I did leave him. And now I just got to get the money together so I can file the divorce. So, yeah, that's that, guys. Thanks for checking in.